y'all enjoyed tonight's show. So stay tuned, lock in, lend me a ear as the More Than the Coach podcast take off. What's up, y'all? What's up? This your boy Coach Marshall from the More Than the Coach podcast. And tonight, I'm coming on tonight, y'all. Once again, got another special guest gonna join me shortly. But for right now, I gotta thank tonight's sponsors of tonight's show, D Media, Baldwin Multimedia Group, and Beautifully Just Being Me, Hair and Beard Oil by Joya Marshall. So thank y'all for y'all support. To all the local businesses, my t-shirt guys out here, all you clothing apparel guys, y'all want to do some sponsorship with me, promoting your gear and your clothing line on the podcast, reach out to your boy, holler at me. Also, coming back, y'all, in August 2023, season 2 of the Mr. and Mrs. Marshall podcast, where it's all about life, love, and relationships. So if you checked out season 1 and you enjoyed it, season 2 should be just as good, y'all. Probably better, who knows? But tune in and y'all check us out. Me and the missus will sit back and have some great conversations, help people with their relationships and things like that. So y'all, please check it out. All right. Also, I want to give a big shout out to my boy Yacht Life Chronicles for the great Trap the Runway 2023 had last Friday night. Hey, if you missed it, y'all, you missed a treat. You know, it had some of everything in there from clothing, apparel lines, people showing off their gear, new merchandise for the fall and the summertime, as well as entertainment. Seeing some up and coming rappers. It was pretty cool. Had a segment on mental health. Also to the guest of the night, Mr. and Mrs. Terry Reed got an award presented to him by Yacht Life Chronicles. It was a beautiful thing, y'all. If you missed it, hey, make sure y'all there at the next one. And also follow him on this podcast. My man got a lot of positive things going on out here in the city. So it's a beautiful thing, y'all. Saginaw doing great things. And also while we speaking on Saginaw, I'm going to get all this advertising out the way while we can do it now. But y'all know, excuse me, messed up on the board. It's hard when you're doing it all by yourself, y'all. But it's all good though. Hey, remember coming up in just a couple weeks, you got Twine Williams presents the the third annual Downtown Comedy Jam, as you see it on the screen, y'all. So make sure y'all check him out. Y'all get your tickets. It's gonna be a sellout. Got some great comedians, some great entertainment, good food trucks gonna be out there. Hey, and it's gonna be a great time. And even after that, it's an after party going on. He said around at Rita's. I got to get more of that information and everything so I could promote that. And earlier that day, you can go and sit out at the Jitway Island, and you can go to the Gospel Fest. We got the Gospel Fest coming up August 5th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. So y'all make sure y'all log in and check that out, everybody. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. And with that being said, my guest has just showed up, so I'm going to get ready to bring him in the studio with us on the More Than the Coach podcast. Got my brother. There you go. Can you hear me, bro?
What the?
Can you hear me, Chuck? Let's see. Think he's working on his technical, checking me out, see if he can hear me out there, y'all. Chuck, let me know when you can hear me, man. So if y'all see the screen, we got my brother, Mr. Chuckie Lawrence. Oh, he bagged out for a second. Oh, some people got to get used to some of this new streaming platforms. So he'll be back in here then. But tonight we're gonna have a guest, Mr. Chuckie Lawrence, coming on tonight, y'all. We're gonna talk about some of the things he got going on in the city, positive stuff he got going, because he doing something big that's coming in. There you go. Let's see, we got him back. Can you hear me, my brother?
Yes, sir, I can. How you be, my man?
Man, how you doing, Chuck? Hey man,
Man, super good, man. Super good. Glad to
yes
be
sir.
glad to be chatting with a real one. You know what I mean?
Man, I salute that, bro. Same here on this end.
All the time.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was just gonna get ready to introduce and tell everybody about you, but I think it's best coming right from you, man. Give you the platform for a second, talk about, introduce yourself, and what's going on with you, my brother.
Man, it ain't nothing too much going on with me. What's happening, Mr. Kevin Marshall and your queen? Everybody out there that's tuning in via Facebook. I'm your big boy, Mr. Good Morning, Chuckie Lawrence. Just getting ready to bring something to the city that I hope people are appreciating and uh, excited about, and something that I think, if we all got on board with this and a lot of the things in the community, we see a lot of things change around here for the better.
That's true, man. And speaking of what you're talking about going, I'm gonna go and post it on the screen, and gonna get right to it and let you talk about it because that's one of the main reasons I wanted you on to promote it so
I,
people
pre-
can know.
I appreciate it.
I went to the first one, um, first annual, and this is what I seen out there. So this was pretty cool.
Oh
With
yeah. Oh
all
yeah.
the rules, that big pretty trophy.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it's in the wrong hands right now.
Ah,
The possession is all wrong, but what I'm saying, we finna change that.
that's right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna post it up here. Go to the flyer as you see it on the front of his shirt. But this is what he's doing, y'all. That's bringing positive things back to the city of Saginaw. So I'm gonna let you elaborate on it, Chuck, man, so they can hear it right from you.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping by now, the word is in everybody's ears and the excitement is in everybody's mouth that this is going to be the second annual Peace and Unity in the Community kickball game. And this is an effort to bring us together as a race and as a community, and for something positive, something that's a little bit different from
Mhm.
uh, the things that we've been talking about for within these last 30 days at least.
Yeah,
Um, it's a good way of showing people, us as a community of people, as a race of people, that dispels the idea that we can't get along with one another. We can't come together in large groups without there being conflicts. Me myself, Kevin, you and I talked about this, man. I'm I'm a little bit angry at the lack of. Uh, I'm tired of hearing these labels and these ideas of us as a people being placed on us.
hmm,
Um, I know, just sitting here talking to a good guy like yourself.
appreciate
There's so many good people here in the city of Saginaw, man.
it.
So many good people that want to see positive things go on. Ready to jump on board, volunteer,
Yeah. Hmm.
input. You know what I'm saying? And I just want us to get to the point where we're a community saving our own community.
Exactly. We need that right now, man, in our community. And I believe if our young brothers see more of us older brothers doing positive and having it, I believe it can trickle down to them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
a lot of times I tell people, man, the defiance with our youth a lot of times, and even with people our age, and making a change, is the idea of unacceptance. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, people gravitate to where where they think they can be accepted. They gravitate toward numbers of people, because a lot of us, we're missing certain things that
Mhm.
that those associations provide for us.
Exactly.
We don't we don't realize that we do, but and I didn't realize that I was doing a lot of that, before I unfortunately got myself in a little bit of trouble where I had to go sit down for a while. um
Hmm.
but now that I'm out here, every stride that I take is to better myself, be something that my wife and my boys can be proud of, my grandkids can be proud of, but also to be an example to our young black men that you can step away, you can achieve all the things that you want to achieve. You don't have to
Mhm.
take you don't have to take them penitentiary chances. And I'm proud, man, now because beautiful home, beautiful wife, um, great ownership in our trucking business and things like that. And a lot of people wouldn't have thought that wouldn't have thought that for me. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
every time I get a chance, I'm gonna let my testimony
Hmm.
and my accomplishments, what I'm saying, be a format for a young man.
Yes, man. And I mean, you doing big things, man. And it's also, if all the listeners don't know, was it a year ago, right after COVID, you started the Beverage for Bros, right?
Yes, sir.
You
Yeah.
know,
The Bevis for Bros. Yeah.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. To me, that was just like one of the most realest things ever that I noticed in this city since I've been here. Because you have brothers from all kind of sides of town, all walks of life, hitting each other up and like, hey man, what you want, what you need.
Yeah.
I remember
I
one time
appreciate it.
we met up at Arthur Hill, and it was probably about 20 cats, man. Just
Yeah.
the trunks up, man, and exchange things, man. That was cool. You know.
Yeah. And you know what, Kev, man, I'm gonna tell you, and I tell everybody this. I thank so many people, man, when they give me thanks for doing that. But let me thank you, man, because
Mhm.
it's an idea, and it's only an idea if nobody else supports it. So
That's
the support is just as important as the idea itself.
hmm
And beverages for bros, I think is something that we actually need to revisit
yeah.
because it's us as men, older and younger, that need to come together, man, to bring what I'm saying, to bring our communities back, man. And when we did that, what I'm saying, I don't know why God always blessed my ideas. I don't know, but I attracted great people like yourself,
hmm
Steve Coleman, Ray Pearson, Disco Rob. You know what I'm saying? Rob Jamerson jumped straight on it. It was a lot of great guys, Dion Kelly, Terry Kelly, all of these guys, man, you know what I'm saying, that everybody knows, a lot of them for tough images and, you know what I'm saying, as well as being divided.
Yeah.
But now they see these guys coming together on some real man, grown man,
Yeah.
gesturing, and I'm kind of upset with myself that I let that kind of fall to the wayside. I think it's about time
Uh,
to jumpstart that battery, man.
well, you already know what to do. I'm in with it.
My
'Cause
man.
I thought that was the real positive thing. I never forget one Sunday you had us all at Speedway on Dixie. And
Yep.
people was just coming in, man, and we paying for a drink or paying for their coffee. And it blew people away no matter what color you was. They seen grown men out here. You seen grown men at the time I was bald head, but you seen big bald head men with tattoos and you're like, oh, I ain't gonna say none of them, but we doing kind of justice for people in the community. And
Of
I think
course.
that went big, man. And you're
I
right. I
appreciate
think
it.
we need to revisit that for our city. You know,
And when y'all ready, trust me, I'm definitely ready.
for sure. For sure. So all you brothers out here listening, remember we're gonna start that back up. And so y'all know too when we say beverages for bros, it don't always have to be liquor because some people didn't drink.
Of
It
course.
was juice,
Yep.
it was coffee, whatever.
Yeah.
That generosity. I had a couple pastors come to my house. I'm like, oh, that was cool.
Right on. Right
And
on. And
so,
that's, you know what, and pardon me for interrupting.
oh yeah,
Um that's one thing that we really need to have. We need to really foster our relationships with our black churches, you know what I'm saying? And our black churches, with no disrespect, I want them to become a lot more approachable, you know what I'm saying? Because
mhm,
a lot of times people, they're reluctant to go because of what they've been told, and sometimes the pastors are probably reluctant to approach because of an idea of
mhm,
a person or a situation that they've been told. But
yeah,
You're right, man. Beverages for Bros, man. To me, it linked me in with a lot of good guys.
Yeah.
Um, it had me having conversations with a lot of good guys. It involved a lot of good guys, and man, you know what I'm saying. I want I would love to make that link back up.
Okay. For
Yeah.
sure. And speaking of pastors, I just had Pastor Owens on my last podcast, Elder
Okay.
Owens. Um, and we had a great dialogue about, the church and things like that. Cause I proposed the question to him, and I asked you too. And, cause being a black man yourself, man, but why do you feel black men don't go to church anymore?
Um, some of it is that the idea of how our culture has changed.
Hmm.
We don't have the same leaderships that took a lot of us as black
Hmm.
men, directly into the church.
Yeah.
um we don't have that. If you played from Monday to Saturday, you getting up, going into the Lord's house on
That's right.
Sunday. We don't
Right.
have that. You know what I'm saying? You know we got to get back to that, and we got to get. And I think a lot of the reasons why we see the things and the condition of our youth and whatever is because there are no priority. So a lot of times you got to remember, if it wasn't our grandmamas was making us get up and go to church.
Oh,
You know what
dang.
I'm saying? The fathers was either saying, "Man, that's between you and your mama," or the granddaddies was saying, "That's between you and your grandmama." You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
That's
I
true too.
I see you after service.
Yep.
Um, but now we you know what I'm saying. It's become more prevalent and more of a habit of you don't have to go if you don't want to. A lot of the mamas, you know what I'm saying, are out the night before till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and not getting up with that same priority no more.
Yeah.
But even also on the other side of that, I believe that a lot of times ideas of why churches exist is
Hmm.
a deterrent. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, although I don't say this about every single church or every single pastor, not at all, but fundamentally, you know what I'm saying, it's looked at as a modern day hustle now.
Hmm.
And I think that if you take something that's supposed to be about greatness, and you give it any opportunity to devalue to devalue, then it's not received the same.
That's true. And Pastor Owen said something to that point where, more black men, we want a strong person giving us that word so we can learn. But it's
Right.
more, you look at most churches, if you see them, whether it's online or if you go to certain places here in our city, it's more like a act, and a show for people.
Yeah.
And
And
that
that's un-
deter,
that's unfortunate, but
yeah,
I mean,
it is
but
what
I watch a lot of what he does, and I've tried to connect with him a few times. So
it
you let that joker know I'm
is.
waiting on a phone call from him
Okay.
right now. Because every
Okay.
time I see him, it's all love, and
Mhm.
he's always got a smile on his face and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And then like, I'm gonna call you, and that joker don't never call me. So make sure you
Mhm.
tell him I'm waiting on my phone
Yeah.
call.
And Imma definitely do that too, because he definitely be watching the show, and,
I appreciate.
yeah,
Yep.
and I'll make sure he get it, and Imma screenshot this part for him so he can see
All
he
right,
get that
man.
message for real. Yeah. So, the question that I've been asking a lot of my brothers, man, being a black man, what does that mean to you?
Um, it's pride, man. It's pride. I'm proud to be who I am. I'm proud to be what I am. I work every day to be a better me, but
Yeah.
I would never want to personify a fake me.
Mhm.
Um, um, I'm the type of brother I feel like I'm a chameleon. I can work a room, whether I'm in the hood or I'm around dignitaries. You know what I
That's right.
mean. But even though I can change to suit a situation, it's not because I'm pretending to be anything other than what I am. It's
Mhm.
just that certain conversations and certain saying environments cause for certain, saying dispositions. and I know how to adapt to them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
as far as not loving me,
Hmm.
not loving being the guy that you see, the shade of skin you see, man, it's all pride for me, man. And
Man,
it's another reason why I'm so I'm so I'm so involved in this. I'm so passionate about what I'm
mhm.
saying because um, our race of people, man, is so beautiful, but yet and still at the same time, man, um, we kind of devalue our worth. We kind of dummy down our value a lot of times, man. You know, with a lot of the fake animosities, the beefs that we have with each other, the shooting, the killing, our women don't do nothing but twerk on social media anymore. Um, we kind of devalue ourselves, man. And
Yeah,
if we would only realize our true value, people would take pride. And in taking pride, bro, I tell people all the time, you would never have a problem with Chuckie Lawrence unless you make a problem with Chuckie Lawrence. Because I see you as a brother, a
that's
man.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I can say I love you as a man, as a black man, as a human being, and that all comes from having pride in who I am.
That's right, man. And them some strong words, and I respect and appreciate that, bro.
I appreciate it.
And that's why I say a lot of people gotta. To me personally, I hate when people say, "Well, I heard this and heard that." Man, get to know me before you
Man,
go judging that book. You
you
know,
and I had that conversation.
that's right.
But what did I
Hmm.
tell you?
Hmm.
If you a big old burly bear like you are, and you talking bluntly, people have a misfortune. I mean, a misinterpretation of that being aggressive and intimidating. But a
Yeah.
lot of times, man, that's why we got to get back to being men because a lot of times I appreciate a man telling me exactly what's on his mind, even if it's that he don't like me. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Even if it's that he don't like me, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? But I think that what you just said weighs a ton. Know me, get to know me, and
Hmm.
then there's no guessing.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I try to bring with this platform, man. Get so people say, "Oh, Kev ain't that bad, man." When
Yeah.
I'm coaching, that's a whole different world. I turn it, you know, you flip that light switch. I'm supposed to be that way.
Right. Right.
Like I
Right.
tell them kids, I turn into the Black Bobby Knight when the
Okay.
switch comes.
Okay.
And I'm on
Okay.
that court,
Okay.
man. I'm
Okay.
Kev. I'm happy dude, funny dude, loving my grandkids. And just about peace, man. And that's all I want right
Yep.
now. This part of
Yep.
my and that's one thing I love about what you do. I
You
see
see what it
you
say?
strong. I
You
see
see
you
what it
strong.
say? Yeah,
You
and
know?
and that's why I love what I'm doing because although a lot of times when people love you, others are gonna hate you because
Oh
people
yeah,
love you.
that's right.
But I've gotten more love and been able to learn to have love with so many great people between the beverages for bros and
Hmm.
this right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about it. I'm proud of it.
Man, hey, you doing a great job, bro. And
I
I want
appreciate
people to know that if you're gonna come out to Hoyt Park, you better be there early. 'Cause
it.
I think last year I got there about 1 o'clock, and I had to park all the way by the zoo.
Okay.
And when I tell you, I was just amazed to see that many cars, to see that many of us
Right.
having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Repping their high schools, their middle schools, elementaries. Man, it was powerful. Actually, I seen people I ain't seen since probably 1988 when I graduated.
And for me, Kev, I'm gonna piggyback that by saying, um, and telling your audience, whomever's listening, thank y'all, thank
Mm,
y'all so much because, like I said, I came up with the idea, I took it to a few people,
mm,
and it took off like wildfire.
mm,
Um, there were a couple other people that were in the community that were uh, had the idea to do a kickball game, and Bud Pratt actually had his set up, flyers, date, venue, the whole 9 yards, and
mm,
then COVID set in. So when
mm.
I took it to him, he was one of the first people I talked to about it. He was like, "Well, Chuck, man, I was going to do that." He said, but now I got other plans for that date, but I'll do anything I can to help you, make, saying to push it. that right then,
Hmm.
the momentum got going. I will be humble enough to say that I was not expecting what that turned out to be,
Man,
but I think there were a few things that played into that. One, it took us back to our childhood.
it did. Because you seen grown folks out there having fun like kids.
and
You
and and to me, they always say ain't nothing to do in Saginaw. Well,
know.
you know what I'm saying. The majority of the older crowd stays in because
Mhm.
they want to feel safe.
Yeah.
The young crowd, they want to go somewhere where there are no rules.
Mhm.
There's no they can just show up and they can act however they want to act.
Yeah.
And that creates that, you know what I'm saying. So um, when people showed up that day to see the love that everybody had for each other, the 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 tremendous amounts of size of town, and
Yeah.
that's why I chose our junior highs, because if we didn't have the division in the city the way it is now. Because at Weber, the South Side, Townhouse, Bloomfield, the Wood Streets, you know what I'm saying, everybody from over there, from Cumberland all the way back, we all went to Weber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was none of that, and it became strange to me. So I
Mm.
said, well, let's step around this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mentally, I wanted to trick everybody into not realizing that, hey, man, not only am I back in my childhood, I'm back when we weren't divided like that though either.
That's true. That's
and
so
and and it was a success, and it's gonna be even doper this year. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because I want everybody out there slow dancing and hugging and kissing when Dream Boy take the stage.
That's right. That's
Yep,
right. I
yep,
heard him. He got a old school Dream Boy coming to Saginaw and performing. And I seen something about they had ties to Bay City that you had
yep,
wrote. I know
yep,
that.
yep.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that Dream Boy has like right here, home city ties, tri city ties. Um, and talking to those guys are geeked to tear it up for Saginaw, man. I'm
That's
talking about. I
cool.
talked to them earlier today on the phone, and they're like, man, just um, uh, let them know we bring in fire. They invited me down to a rehearsal, and man, I'm telling you, these dudes
Okay.
still. I'm talking about, bro. It's like artistry, bro. When
Okay.
they hear when they hear them, they went through a few artists, man. And when I tell you, dog can sing them high notes just like Prince. So they gonna do some Prince. They gonna do some Ready for the World.
Okay.
They gonna do a few of their biggest hits.
Yeah.
We just gonna have fun out there that day, man. And hopefully this evolves into killing the conversation that there's nothing to do in Saginaw.
That's right.
Because you got to remember, this year alone, I've seen so much great happen in the city, and it's
Mhm.
still so much on the calendar. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, going forward.
Yeah. Right before you came on, I was just talking about all the things going on in August, from the gospel fest, the comedy show, then
Yep.
the kickball game,
Yep.
the
Can't
cabaret.
forget. Can't forget the African Cultural Festival now.
That's right. I ain't even remember that, but you got
Yep.
the African
Yep.
festival coming.
Yep. 50,
You know,
55 years, man. One of the most respected
wow.
gatherings for our, you know what I'm saying, for our culture, you know what I'm saying, 55 years strong. Big ups to Ralph Martin and his whole organization.
That's right. So I got to start adding them on there too when I'm promoting. So and it's just a lot of peaceful things that our city got going, and we're gonna continue to have going. Just like last week, we were both at the trap.
Trap the runway.
That's right, trap the
Yep.
runway by Yacht Life
Yep.
Chronicles.
Yep.
Positive, man. It was
Yep. And
real.
I that was just such a dope concept and idea. And I pulled a little brother to the side, young brother to the side. I told him, I said, man, it's gonna be nicer next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole concept, the runway, the way he had it set up, man. I
Sure.
I really I really had nothing but respect for it.
Yeah.
I was humbled and thankful that he thought of,
Man.
to bring me up there and put me within his platform. That was
Yeah.
dope for me. I'm always say I made you love for that.
Exactly. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When he first told me and invited me, I was like, kind of skeptical, like, huh? And so when I got there, I sat there for a second. I went in, man, and it was just like love. As soon as you walk through the door,
Yep,
it was
very
just
much
like
so.
this was love. I called my wife, say, "Get on up here, girl. Cool up in here."
Yep.
You know, so
Yep, yep,
we had a good time, man. We had a
all
great,
the time.
and then I had DJ Ray back there on the ones and twos. You know, I see he
Old
had you
school.
on the floor. Yep, he had you on the floor hitting that old school run DMC.
Yeah, you know that. Oh, you know, I did. Old school is where my heart at, bro.
That's right,
You know what
all
I'm saying?
the time. I try
Yep.
to listen to the new stuff, man, so I can stay in tune with my players, man. But I always got to go back to that boom, boom, bop. I can't keep
Got
on
to,
doing all that
got
stuff. I don't
to,
understand,
got
man.
to, got
For
to.
real.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So yeah, one more time, man. I'm gonna let you get. I don't hold you too long, but I want you to talk about the kickball game one more. I know I'm gonna represent. I ain't playing this year, but I gotta represent the Ricker Gears and the BV Knight family. You know, I know they
I,
out
re-
practicing.
I
I wouldn't
respect that. I
practice,
respect that.
but I want to have
Well,
some fun. And
well,
yeah,
listen, man. Just for you and the audience, first of all, again, thank you. Thank you for seeing the value in it. We got some great sponsors that came on board.
hmm,
We got a couple outside city team interest. We
hmm,
do have two outside city teams confirmed.
okay.
Um, uh, we got the halftime show for y'all. Each time, people always say, "Man, man, he doing too much." Well,
Mhm.
that's just because I think bigger than a lot of people.
Right.
And I remember how it was for us when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? If you remember, Kevin, we had major concerts every year, two or
Hmm.
three of them. You know what I'm saying? And we always had a party. If you
Hmm.
remember, there was always a dance the Friday before the big concert.
That's right.
So that's why I added a Friday night cabaret the
Hmm.
night before. You know what I'm saying? So on that Friday night, you know what I'm saying? It's a no cover charge, tennis shoes and t-shirts cabaret.
Hmm.
It will be a cash bar, no BYOB, no parking lot pimping. So if you come in, please come in, or understand that my security is going to move you out of the parking lot.
That's true.
10 o'clock Saturday morning. I don't care if you drink 10 shots the day before. You better come on with and get on up there to the park with your team. Because
True.
if you're chosen to play at 10, we starting at 10. We have our local law enforcement from the sheriff's department that are
Oh,
not only going to be there in presence, but they're going to be there as a team.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we know what I'm saying. Then at 3 o'clock, 2:45, we're gonna stop the games. Everybody's gonna get a chance to grab concessions and move down further to the north end of the park. When I'm gonna try to see if I can get our mayor to say a word, and then I'll introduce the group, and they're gonna tear the stage up, and then we go back to finishing the games. To end the weekend, we're going to do what we're going to call the first annual picnic and prayer in the park.
Mm.
Um, that's going to be led by Tara Riley, Don Bivens, and Kareem Bowen have came and said, "Hey, man, we'll help you do this part of it." And I was humbled by that because I know that they have the ability to put that part together, and
Mm.
then I can sit back and learn. You know what I'm saying, from them on how to put that aspect of it together. And what I'm trying to create for us is a 3-day weekend that will eventually involve everybody.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Even if you come to the cabaret but not the game, if you come to the game and not the cabaret, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Or if you just come for the picnic and prayer in the park and you're not a party goer and you don't really play sports, so you
Yeah.
miss that Friday and Saturday, we'll still have something that you might be interested in on that Sunday.
That's right. And even if you don't play in the game, bring your lawn chair, your umbrella,
Oh
and
yes.
come out.
Ooh, yes.
Enjoy.
Yes. Yes.
Serious. Because when
Yes.
I tell y'all it's good entertainment, it's good food, hey, it's fun. You're gonna enjoy it. For
Can I
real.
give a few? Can I give a few rules of the park that day, real quick, Kev?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, few rules of the park. If anybody haven't already heard, um, um, even if you're a licensed carrier, there will be no carrying in the park that day. You're
Mm.
coming to have fun. You're coming to act grown and socialize and love on each other. There's no need
That's
for
right.
that. Number two, no outside purses, big coolers and food and drink. There will be that all of that will be provided. Those are actually the rules of the park anyway, and we're just asking people to come out, appreciate what's being put together, and abide by the rules. Patronize our desserts, patronize our food trucks, and patronize our beer and wine and spirit tents. Um, we're asking that people um, uh, follow the guidance of our traffic directors so that we can get people in there quickly, parked and out onto the field or out to, say into their lawn chairs or what have you. We will have armed security that will be riding around watching to make sure that people are abiding by these rules.
Mhm.
And anybody that's not, what I'm saying, we're not going to really haggle too much and ruin somebody else's fun because somebody chooses that they want to go against the rules. We're going to ask you to leave.
Yes, sir.
Um, so all I ask is that, what I'm saying, everybody love what we're doing, love what me and my committee and are putting together. Love the idea of just having fun and coming together in peace and unity.
That's right. And also, too, something we talked about. If you are interested in being an official, you need some officials for that day.
Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
do. I do. I definitely do. And I'm hoping you change your mind that day and be my head officiator.
Hey, I might have to do that for you. I know I'm gonna have camera rolling, getting some video and some live
My man. My man.
podcasting from the
My man.
show, so that should be pretty cool as well.
I
So hey,
appreciate
I appreciate you, bro. I salute you, and I thank you, man, for this opportunity to coming on the show tonight, man, on the More Than the Guest, or More Than the Coach podcast. And bro, look forward to this August event.
I appreciate you. Look forward to having y'all and everybody in the city come out.
Yes, sir. All
All
right,
right.
man. Well, you have a good night, and thank you
You do
again.
the same. And
Yes,
y'all
sir.
take care out there.
All right, peace now.
All right now.
All right. So once again, y'all heard it from the man himself, Mr. Chuckie Lawrence. Y'all come out, enjoy, have a good time. Once again, y'all, the second annual Peace and Unity in the Community. You're gonna have Arthur Eddy, North, Bridgeport, Carlton, let's say St. Mary's, BV, South, Ricker Gears, Central, and Weber. Everybody's gonna be out there, and they even said it's gonna be a sheriff squad. So hey, you get to hit the sheriffs with a dodgeball. Won't get in trouble. Just playing, y'all. But other than that, y'all make sure y'all come out and support the positive things that's going on in our community and in our city. Cause Saginaw, we ain't that bad, y'all. It's a lot of love out here. So y'all come out and y'all support. And once again, I thank y'all for tuning in to the More Than the Coach podcast. And this your boy, Coach Marshall. Peace.